Hey, so today on G.I. Joe Backyard Battles, I'm going to add another deck onto our G.I. Joe carrier slash ship slash modified flag. Here we go. So I already cut the plywood 3/4 inch for the actual base of the deck. I have put some putty in there in order to fill in some of the cracks and gaps. We'll let that dry and then we'll start sanding off. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and put in the interior walls. So as we're testing to put the walls in, you have to think about we want interior rooms, and we want a little bit of space in the end, and we want enough space for the doors here. So we don't want our walls to push past that, right? And we also have to remember there's gonna be a huge roof over the top. So whatever's in there, it'll be covered up, right?
This is really teeny. We need bigger walls here.
Yeah, and also that'll be covered by the main roof, right?
It has to be like this big.
Okay. So we're inside and we started building our interior, right? So we have this one, that's gonna be the spine that runs along the side. It's 15 inches because the board itself is 30 across. And we're trying to design what our layout will look like. So what we don't wanna do is we don't wanna accidentally create any pockets that are inside that cut us off. So this wall design here, if we were to imagine having the upper deck in there, you see how it's locked off and we're not able to play in there, right? So we have to be careful with creating boxes. We're not actually able to get in there. So that makes it a little bit tricky in order to design this. So we're gonna keep playing around with some specs and make sure that we have playability and access to. We think we came up with an interior design here that T made, right? So we have a little bit of a hallway here. So go ahead, T, explain what you're doing.
I'm seeing if we can really play, and I can reach all the way down, but then I have to all the way come over here.
Yeah, see at the pivot.
To play.
Can you play in that hallway you created back here? Let's see. A little hall space down there. Can you play all the way into the depth back there? Oh, you're really stretching your arm there, huh?
Yeah,
let me see, but you can trivet here. So, yeah, so that's cool. So we look from the outside, we have an external little axis here. We have a little room. That's where we'll be mostly be facing with. And then where you designed it here, we've got like an interior leading around. So that's really cool. All right, here we go. And here is the interior layout. So again, we made it so the access could be on the ends this way, and then on the sides this way. So we don't have anything blocking the way, because once the roof goes on the top or upper deck goes on the top, you cut off all access there. So we kind of made it with a little bit of zigzag in the end here, right? So they could weave through, and then some big open rooms. So one of the two of the design specs here is one, we like to leave the interior pretty much blank so we can slide in features like this power suit armor generator thing or little computer decks. So we're just able to slide those in and they can come in and out. So it's for more modular play. And the second thing we designed here is these sci-fi doors, they call them, right? So they just slide into these access points and also on the ends there too. So they can shut off for emergencies and block access there. I have about 4 of those. So you see there's one long hallway that kind of splits the middle there. So we designed so we cut off the ends. And then some more open bays. Right over here, we've got a room, just a secret room. There's only one way in, and it's through one of these side doors here, right? So it can be for whatever they want. It can be like a safe room, it can be an engine, it could be a secret compartment. But yeah, so now the next phase is to sand, which is my absolute most dreaded part of this entire project. I'm gonna be honest, probably be pretty lazy with the walls since we'll be painting with thick paint, but that's the next phase. All right, so here's the main deck, mostly sanded. Look, I can't stress this enough. I absolutely hate sanding. So if you see Empire Toy Works or like Michael Mercer, how he made his USS flag kind of modified, we lifted it up. You know, those guys, they're pros, they're awesome. I have a wife and 2 kids that are screaming in the background here, so I've got to get this done. And if I'm going to do anything, it's going to be the other details, not sanding. So I filed down the sides there so no one gets scuffed up, and I knocked down any big pieces so no one gets some splinters, and that's good enough. Got assembly line for our interior walls here. We picked this very bright blue because we wanted to offset the dark gray that we're doing the deck. We already painted one side and we're flipping it over. My son has managed to paint his hands as much as the other deck pieces too.
Yes.
I'm not paying him anything, so hopefully this isn't in violation of any child labor laws. And we'll paint this one, then we'll start assembling. All right, we painted and we brought in the main deck now, and we were able to sit on top. So what we have is the interior walls in there. Now we need to straighten it all out because those are all loose and none of them are actually attached there. So the reason I did that is 1, it's easier to move because we move a lot, and 2, it's modular, so you can always pick it up and just change the wall design if it doesn't work out for you. So that is the next deck.
4 levels.
4 levels, yeah, we'll do a video of the whole thing. So we started putting on the stuff on the deck. As you can see, you got 2 Tomahawks here, a BBI Black Hawk stealth fighter, and I got the C-130. It's way, way bigger than the USS Flag Surface, which is why I've taken off that deck. Now we're trying to use modular wall pieces to build the command tower. Most likely I'm going to have to nail gun these together, but we're going to keep playing around with this and build our own command tower. I know it's blasphemy. I've got the USS Flag. Here's the deck. But after building this thing, I just don't know what to do with it. So it's gonna be boxed most likely. I know, not for sale, not for trade. Still want it. It's the quintessential G.I. Joe playset, but I just don't have anywhere to put that beast right now. And we're gonna make our own command deck, so I'm the worst G.I. Joe collector ever.